Hey, you summoned a lesser maker. Today, we're gonna make a Trench Crusade Warband, and I settled on the Free State of Prussia because I saw this art with this giant guy and a sword, and I just couldn't say no to it. So, we're gonna kit bash this today. The new rules just came out. It's cool to be involved in a game that everyone's kind of getting into it all at the same time. I'm usually doing wartime stuff, and I'm really late to the party on that. So, I don't know, it's cool. All right, so I'm really liking the look of this guy. He just looks really sick. I think I made a mistake. I assumed that the tank splitter sword would be going to the anti-tank hunters, because that just kind of made sense, and the art really seemed like a giant guy. I guess they only go to stormtroopers. So this might be an heavy infantry unit with a melee weapon, but I don't know, it looks so freaking cool with the angel wings and all that. I can't really be mad. Speaking of mistakes, in my last video I mentioned that the terrain board was 2 foot by 2 foot square, and my dyslexia must have been doing backflips, because in the rulebook it says a 3 foot by 3 foot or a 4 foot by 4 foot. So I'm expanding this board 1 foot in either direction. Oh man, this is looking really sick. I'm liking the verticality over here. This was inspired by an aqueduct I saw in Israel when I went. I thought it would be a really cool centerpiece. Now, I'm gonna say I don't really like the cardboard that I ended up using. We need to change that. I made an STL of some corrugated metal, and I 3D printed it out like I planned it. I honestly didn't even measure this, but that is spot on. We're gonna end up ripping all these out, but I have some more STLs designed. I thought it would be really cool if, let's say you have some infantry going into the fray, and they are in no man's land, and they need a really quick barricade to shoot behind. I saw an image of a reliquary. Usually they're like 3 artworks put together and they fold open. So I 3D printed one out. So this guy comes out onto the field and he brings out his reliquary. Oh man, he looks really sick. I've been designing STLs all week, and honestly, I just could not stop. I designed reliquies, grave markers, trenches that you could just 3D print and pop right in. This one's got that like bullet that you see in some of the things. Yeah, so we're gonna be able to put these up for really fast assembly. Oh my gosh, this looks sick. If you're new to my channel, I release this stuff for free. I could, it's probably a bad business decision, but I really like having games and communities that have really low barriers of entry. And I like to pay that forward. So if you want some of these STLs, feel free to grab them on my Patreon. I would hope that you would have someone you could share with them too. When I went to Israel, there was this market that was really cool. It had a bunch of these stores They were stone and they had like wooden facades or whatever. I thought it would be cool to have a couple buildings that kind of were reminiscent of that. So I made these wooden facades and we'll put these on structures next week. So if you want those, you can grab those too. But it would be great if you tag me on Instagram so I can see you guys use this stuff. If you're feeling a bit left out because you don't have a 3D printer, don't. I actually made printable templates for all this stuff too. Well, not all of it, most of this stuff. So if you want some of this, feel free to go cut it out yourself. And I thought of you too. Okay, so I kind of want to do one more. Kitbash.